you're here. Well, you're late, so I had to start the oven without you, but you can line the cupcake tin. Now we're going to set this aside and get the bowl and the ingredients out. Okay, get 2 bowls like this. Well, I guess they don't have to both be this big, but 1 big one, 1 small one. Now onto the ingredients. For this recipe, you will need chocolate bars or chocolate kisses, mini kisses for melting, vegetable oil, flour, powdered sugar, a plant-based milk of your choice, apple cider vinegar, vanilla, granulated sugar, salt, baking powder, 2 sticks of vegan butter. Oh, make sure the butter's softened, because if you don't, then you're not gonna have good cupcakes. First step, you have to mix the milk and the apple cider vinegar. I know it sounds weird, but just trust me. Okay, so take your bowl. If you don't have a specific measuring bowl like this, you're going to need either one of these or just one of the scoop ones. Okay, you're going to need 1.5 cups of milk. You don't have to do this vegan, but I haven't tried this with regular milk. Do that on your own. So you're going to combine the milk, the 1.5 cups of milk, with 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. And once you're done mixing it, you're going to just leave it aside and basically wait for it to curdle. Now you're going to whisk it or mix it with a fork. You don't have to whisk it a whole lot. You just kind of want to mix it together and then set it aside. Time to get out your flour, and you're going to put 2 3/4 cup into here. Yes, I did wash my hands before this. Who do you think I am? Now, sugar time. You're going to use the same measuring cups as our flour, and you're going to do 1.5 cups of sugar in it. Spatula, a baking spatula, and you're going to mix this together. On to the next one. Okay, now it's time for the baking powder. So we're going to do 1 tablespoon of baking powder. Going to do 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Remember the gross milk that I told you about? They're bringing that back. We're going to pour this in here. And we're going to stir it up. Now we need to add the canola oil. So you can use the same 1/4 cup that we used before, or you can get a 1/2 cup, but we need a 1/2 cup of canola oil. Should look like this. Now it's time for my favorite part, filling up the cupcakes. With your cupcake tins lined, we're going to take a small spoon and fill them up 3/4 of the way each, okay? Don't mess it up, because if you mess it up, you're gonna get wonky cupcakes. That's not my fault. So I ended up filling them a little bit more than 1/4 of the way, or sorry, 3/4 of the way. But that's because I didn't want to make 18 cupcakes. I only wanted to make 12. So they're just gonna be bigger cupcakes. Bigger the cupcakes, the better the cupcakes. What? Now, I totally forgot to say this at the beginning because somebody was late, but you preheat the oven to 350. And now we wait for them to bake. Set them to 20 minutes. Remember to always clean up in between making your cupcakes and your frosting, because we don't want your parents getting mad. Alright, time to take out the cupcakes. So you can reuse this bowl that we used earlier if you just wash it out. Your butter first, and mine's a little melted, that's why it's inside the bag. Okay, now once your butter's in there, you're going to get 3 cups of powdered sugar. Open it. Thanks. Okay. 3 cups. It says 2 to 3 tablespoons. We're probably gonna need more than that. And we're gonna get a mixer. Scrape around the edges and mix in any last bit. So I actually don't need any more tablespoons. That's perfect. I'm gonna dye the frosting pink. Take a couple drops of food coloring. And then mix it. can have this one. What? Just take it. Now comes the fun part. Take a small bowl and pour some chocolate chips in there. Oh no. Don't laugh at me. It's not like you'd probably be the cleanest baker either. Okay, you don't need that much. You really only need just a little bit. You're going to microwave it in small intervals. Take a fork and kind of stir it up. Make sure to come back at least every 15 seconds because you do not want your chocolate to burn. And once it's pretty melted, so it's kind of drippy, like chocolate sauce, then you're good. So we have our piping bags. Well, they're not really bags, but you want to make sure that you have something that has a very small tip like this. If you don't have that, then you can just cut a hole, like a tiny, tiny hole in a plastic bag. So, before we fold that, we are going to take some of our pink frost. Take some of that. And scoop it into the chocolate. And then you're going to mix that into the chocolate. So you're basically making a homemade chocolate frosting. If the chocolate makes your frosting just a little bit too thick, you can add a little bit more milk and make it a bit smoother again. Okay, now that our chocolate for the faces already. We're going to set that aside. And now we are going to frost the cupcakes. It's a little warm in my house, so I'm going to put them in the fridge so they don't keep melting. In come our chocolate bars or chocolate cakes. For your chocolate bars, you're going to want to get a cutting board and a small sharpener. And then start unwrapping. So first, break them apart into squares. Then we're going to cut them into triangles. And now to attach the ears. So you're just going to take two little triangles and stick them on the top. And there you have it. Sadly, they got a little messed up in some places because my house is a little bit warm, but usually they wouldn't melt like that all over the place. Alright, well, that's it. Thanks for watching my video. The cupcakes are inside my fridge now because it's warm and I don't want them to melt. That doesn't make very good cupcakes. fun. Just don't think anything of it.